Hey guys, I'm Seb and I'm recording this shortcast completely out of thinking. I was like, yeah, just want to watch this game. I didn't have a plan to make that shortcast. I'm at 6 second mark, not 5 but 6. I went a bit too far, and I will unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually, I'm just making this shortcast because I hope the sound bug I had in the previous game will be gone. I'm just trying a new setting, and I made some random testing, and from the random testing it seemed kind of okay, so I just hope for the replay and the actual good recording it will be fine too. If it's not the case, I'm sorry about that. I will post the shortcast regardless, but I really hope it will be better. I've seen in the YouTube comments some people telling it was the mic, but I'm pretty sure it's not the mic. The mic is definitely fine when I'm listening to it, like in Windows, or when I'm recording it with something else, or even with the exact same setting I'm using here. I have no mic problem. The mic is really fine, so it's definitely a combination of my settings, the game, and all that stuff. My first feeling would be to say my computer isn't good enough. I know I'm already like at the limit of what's acceptable to record. So it might actually be my um, processor which isn't good enough to actually manage correctly the microphone line entry. Not sure what you call that. And if that's the case, I have absolutely no idea how I could fix that. It's like, guys, I don't know. We'll have to deal with it until I can get a new computer, which probably never happen if I'm not going to find a work instead of making those shortcasts. So it's kind of a dead end. Yeah, I really need to find a work. So there's two pioneers works and two engineers riflemen. Very standard play. However, there is a bike coming as a second unit, and when the bike is coming second and is used to actually win the first fight, we've seen here, it's a nice first nursery bike. However, sometimes it's not used that well, and it's basically if there's only the Volks and the bike against the two riflemen, it's going for the American advantage. However, if Vermark player manage to force their first retreat, then he's going at a pretty good advantage. And Vermark player is being really aggressive there, forcing American player to react to protect his fuel. He shouldn't try to uncap, he will never get the uncap without losing Pioneer. So he should, yeah, since the riflemen are really low health, he just tried to stay in cover and do some damage. If the rifleman was at full health, he should have been retreating much earlier. And still the bike doing some damage, but unfortunately there's a machine gun alone on that side, completely not helping the other units fighting. That's kind of sad. Because of that he might have to retreat or lose more manpower than he should have. There's still the Volks getting the house. If there's no flamethrowers, he might be able to do some more nice damage before having to retreat. But there it is. He's forced to retreat by that nice American force. And that machine gun completely useless, not even set up correctly for that rifleman. That's kind of bad micro from the Vermark player. The American player did good on pushing there, and on this one it's not really, didn't really make anything nice. It's just the American Vermark player completely mismicroing. I mean, that machine gun is out since 2 minutes and it did absolutely nothing good. So it's like if you fight it with one less unit during all that time and it's being completely uncapped. Not completely, because those riflemen forgot to cap the points, but it's being pretty heavily uncapped. Yeah, American is in a nice position. Even though he had to retreat, the first rifleman, which is never good, is now in a better position. He might have to retreat those engineers because the machine gun, the cool guys at close range are deadly. Yeah, that's bad fighting. Just stupidly lost. That one squad. It didn't have had to actually kill that machine gun. He could have just left them there. And there is already a rifleman coming from the other side. That's pretty nice play, aggressive play by American. Harassing directly the other part of the map. I'm not sure those very low health riflemen will be able to do much good stuff. I guess you should maybe be using it to capture the fuel or victory point instead. Yeah, this engineer lost kind of set him in a back capping position. Could be capping those. And Wehrmacht players being nicely aggressive on the American fuel is not letting the American get that fuel. That's nice and not nice at the same time. It's nice when it forces the American player to split up his forces and actually fight, like with half of his army there and the other half there. But when the American player is reacting nicely by going... I mean, when the Wehrmacht player is splitting his units, the American player should group his units together and harass one part of the map as he's doing now. And he can definitely easily outcap and win against the Wehrmacht on such situation. He shouldn't try to uncap that point. He's losing manpower for kind of nothing. He's already getting the fuel. So yeah, I guess he wanted a much earlier fuel reduced fuel income. And once he finished the fight with all of his units on one side, he's going for the other side. I'm afraid he's going a bit too much with too few units there. It's not his whole army, it's like 2 units around. I'm afraid he should have waited for at least that other rifleman to come. Yeah, definitely at least this one. Because now he's forced to full retreat because of that. And Wehrmacht player still didn't cap the cutoff back, so that's kind of finally, it was not a bad move to get that fuel at the cost of 1 or 2 riflemen. He's getting very early supply yard upgrade. I guess he's going for faster maze. It can only be that. Yeah, there it is. I'm not sure if it's a completely good idea considering he lost his fuel. He doesn't have this one. So yes, only +5 income and won't be able to get the MA for 3 more minutes if he keeps that income. So he should definitely do something about it, like this nice flanking with all of his units in one side. That's exactly perfect American play on you. You really should play that way as American against Wehrmacht player trying to go for both sides of the map. It's definitely what you need to do. It's focusing one side with sort of your army and completely outflanking the Wehrmacht on that side, and then once you're good on one side you can switch to the other side. It's really a nice reaction from Americans. Some other guys, I often see them like they've been cut off there, so they will try to send 1 or 2 units there and some other units on the other side, and at the end they will just close everything everywhere. And instead he's really nicely fighting then capping in one side, then switching the other side afterwards. However, since he's getting that fast mate, he doesn't have trash center, and those riflemen are badly, I mean, have really low health, so it's kind of unfortunate. I've seen, yes, some mines from Wehrmacht player. I think he could afford more. He should definitely put more. But this one already killed, I think, the full engineers. So really nice mine. Definitely a mine wins game. Those riflemen, I think he lost the full squad because they were so low health. So he's completely wasting his advantage. He might not even cap that fuel back on time. He really lost too much manpower on that fight, and it wasn't really necessary. I mean, once he had that, he could have switched to the other side as he did so well since the start. Could have just switched to the other side instead of fighting there, and he could have flanked that machine gun with the rifleman and keep doing that all the game long. And he's getting another rifleman since he lost that one. It's not worth it. I mean, if he got the trash center earlier and not that fast a mate, he would be in a much better position because he would have more infantry in better shape. He wouldn't have lost the squad, and he would probably have got the might at the same time, because at the end of the day, having better units, he would have kept more map and had more fuel. So yeah, I feel he would have done better. And he's finally going for that machine gun against all of his army once again. He will probably succeed this flank quite easily, because Wehrmacht is really spreading out. I don't want to say too much, because it can really work very well if American player isn't playing it correctly. So it's not too much, but I guess since he saw the American nicely reacted to it, he should have gave up the idea for that last flanking, because once again he will have to treat that machine gun. If he really wants to do such thing, he should get more units, ever more tier 1 units. He's still on a good position since he has both sides of the map, but he lost once again. I think the second MG is losing. It's kind of bad, if you ask me. I'll switch to him. And yeah, he has lots of fuels, not much munitions. I think he has really too much fuel for going. I don't know, it's like, yeah, if the game goes longer, definitely has resources to take up later on. But currently, the huge advantage he got by getting the 2 fuels is completely negated, because he doesn't actually have anything to spend that fuel. That one Shrek isn't going to hold against the mate. It's not ever fighting with the packs and all that stuff. And that squad might actually die if he went for following it. I guess he was afraid of another Shrek popping up or something, but if he went for the squad, he might have finished it on the retreat. And the American player is really floating a lot of manpower. Yeah, at least he spent it on something. I wouldn't have advised Rangers at that point, but it's not a bad idea actually. They're really awesome against anything Wehrmacht player has at that point. Should be careful on victory points though. It's kind of starting to really run low for so early in the game. Yeah, why not the Rangers? It's not especially usual, but since he didn't have any map, I guess it might be the best bet at that point. I cannot really advise anything better. Nice micro. No, I mean, it's not really a nice micro by the American, it's more a really bad micro by the Wehrmacht. I'm not sure what he tried to do there. It's really completely lost those 2 whole squads. He might lose even more grenadiers there, because those Rangers are completely deadly. They're supported by mates and all that stuff, and on the other side, I mean, yeah, he lost all of those units, and he had a pack sitting there instead of firing at the mate. Yeah, I think it's a machine gun on that house. Yeah, no, it's not. It's only flamers, but it also could have helped. I feel like I don't understand why he did that this way. It's like he had the upper hand, and yeah, I don't know, one thing, and he completely lost it. And American player is back in a really good position thanks to that. American player is left with almost nothing. The pack might be completely killed because it's unsupported. Since he lost that machine gun, he doesn't really have anything to cover it. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like both players have done some very interesting things and some other kind of weak things. So they might run all that mine, and it doesn't even matter, because all of the American forces are here to repair the mate, and there's just 2 coming. I think, yeah, the American player definitely needs some kind of something to force the Wehrmacht to get anti-tank, and also to actually be able to kill in more infantry by himself. I guess too is making that job quite nicely, but all of those tier 1 unit losses have put him so far behind. And there's another ranger, so that's ranger spam. I didn't see a ranger spam since quite a long time. might be funny to see. I think those Rangers definitely have the opportunity to completely run over the Wehrmacht army. Once two probably won't be able to hold it, especially since there's the MA to. If the American player micro nicely, I think he has the advantage. He shouldn't send the Rangers alone against that two. He should be waiting for a fight with all of his army together. He should get the Trial Center also, it's really time for it. Especially since he has those engineers so low health, and also the Rangers, which costs a lot to reinforce. You want them to be healed at max. I think he's going for it, yeah. Nice move. Yeah, what else? Yeah, he's nicely waiting for the attack, waiting everything. There's still some squads missing from the attack. He shouldn't go inside the building against the Stu because it's really deadly. Well, this time it didn't kill it, but it might almost like finish the buildings and completely wipe out the squad inside. So you should be careful. I didn't see how those Rangers lost so much health. I guess it was a grenade, because there's no way those grenadiers could have done that with their basic gun. And Tatsu is not in a good position. He should get out of there, but he has a damaged engine, and completely wiped the engineer squad. That's kind of crazy. And that bike is left unsupported, and will probably go down as well as those two. He should be sending. I know he can't send the mate because it lost the engine also, so he should be getting engineers to repair it. There it is. I don't understand that retreat. He could have kept the points and retreat afterwards. Didn't really have to retreat right now. And yeah, I don't really get the American player, the Wehrmacht player, what he did. It's really strange. He didn't play strong. I mean, just tried to hold both sides, and when he saw it didn't really work well, he should have gave up the idea. Just really strongly hold one side, and if you're holding that side and just going for the cutoff, here the result will be the same in resources than if you're trying to completely cap the whole part of the whole side, the other side of the map too. I mean, in income for your opponent, you're preventing your opponent to having resources just as well. You obviously will have more for yourself, but I think he definitely didn't need that extra fuel. He really spent lots of resources and time to hold and capture that extra fuel, and he's now floating so much fuel. All he needed to do was to prevent the American player to have fuel, and he could have done that by the cutoff instead of the high fuel point. Because he didn't, yeah, he really didn't use his fuel. Should be careful there. I'm afraid, yeah, the American player really doesn't have much rifleman, only 2 left. I think he only, I don't know how much he got. I think he lost 2 squads, so he probably got 4. No, maybe got 3 first, and then he lost 1, he got another one, and then he lost another one again. But there's 2 Rangers with the upgrades. They can completely decimate the infantry, and there is absolutely nothing else to counter them. And they're getting grenades, so they will be ever more deadly. Even if there is stormtroopers, I'm afraid they won't be able to hold against them. You should still be careful not using them alone when you have more squads. There it is. Those Rangers are definitely better than the whole Wehrmacht army. And the grenades are being used. That pack will be stolen probably. firing at Rangers. I guess they were trying to kill the pack, or maybe go behind those two, but considering the focus fire he just did on the pack, they probably went for the pack. And those two shouldn't be showing his back to the Rangers. That's definitely bad micro. American player could be capping those points instead of idling. Could also, yeah, he's moving now. Could have been capping that point instead of retweeting those Rangers. And he will soon be able to get off map group if that was ever required. But I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't know what to expect from this game. I'm pretty sure it should be far from the Tiger. He's not running out of victory points, so I guess that's why he's trying to hold. But that's giving so much resources to the Americans, so much munitions and all that stuff, that the American player, if it doesn't fuck up, definitely should be winning that game at some point. Still the M8 alive, nice M8. And you got, I think, yeah, you only got that one, and it's still alive, and it has some nice kills and nice veterancy, so that's nice. Fast M8, sometimes we see fast M8 and they have no impact and die directly, but this one was good, fast M8. And quite fortunately for him it was a good one, because if it wasn't, then he would have wasted so much stuff, because he lost Rifleman and he didn't add much map left because of that mate taking. And he lost another Rifleman squad. That's really sad. He keeps losing to the Rifleman squad. Should be really paying much more attention to them. It's really sad to see all of those. They have veterans too. You don't want to lose such a squad. And there is your mate easily flanking that pack alone. Be careful to that mine, you might die. Yeah, the opponent spotted it. You should always move right after rolling a mine to avoid that, but quite surprisingly the mine got nothing from that 2-shot. That's really strange. I would have expecting the mine to explode. And there's now the off-map group called, and he got the M10. That's all he needed to finish that game. And he got Rifleman, MG and Native. So even if there's Tiger coming, he still already has the gun. He could have afforded to lose that M10. He doesn't need it anymore. It's better to keep it alive, but it's not a big deal. Those Rangers are completely decimating all the other infantry. There it is. So I just hope the sound is good. I also hope no one decided to shortcast the game while I was doing it, because I didn't post to call it. If that's the case, then my bad, sorry. Anyway, thanks for watching this short game. For my player spreading out too much his resources, trying to hold too much fuel, for not using it, he should try to hold the cutoff instead. And yeah, I feel like he wasn't really on the game. He wasn't really focused on the game. And the American player and some nice flanking early game, always outnumbering Vermarkt and 10. He went a bit lazy and lost all of those riflemen. Kind of sad. And then, yeah, nice Ranger score. I'm not sure I would have done that if I was on that game, and it was actually probably the best decision to go for Rangers. It's a really nice decision there. And yeah, I think that's it. It was a short game. I don't have much to say. Thanks for watching. Hope the sound is good. If it's not, then fuck me. Don't know how I'll be able to fix that. If you have any idea how to fix that kind of bug, if there is present, just give me ideas. I know there is problems. You don't have to tell me there is the problem, but I would really like if you could tell me how to actually fix it. But I'm afraid, as I said earlier, it might be my computer just not good enough. I don't know. So yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of in a shortcasting mood today, so I might do ever a fifth one. I don't know, I see if I do it or not. So have a good night. At least if you're from the same time zone as me. Or have a good day or good morning or whatever if you are from somewhere else. And yeah, thanks for watching.